Hello, welcome to another video on the channel. Now this will be part 2 of the Badshot Lea fishing session that I had on Badshot Lea. Hello, welcome to another video on the channel. Now this is part 2 at Badshot Lea Lake, the big lake at Badshot Lea Complex on the Farnham Ticket. Now in part 1 I had some beautiful fish, a few carp, catfish, a bream, and we're seeing what we can catch in this one. Hopefully we can get a few fish and that my luck wasn't all used up yesterday or in the last video. But weather is not ideal, pretty much the same as yesterday. It's blooming hot, and well, we'll see how it unfolds. Function now. Right, it's coffee done. Now it's breakfast time. That's breakfast done. Oh, well and truly stuffed. Now it's decisions. Do I just stick the rods back on the spots? Or do I do similar to yesterday and start by putting a load of bait out and then leaving it until probably a similar sort of time to yesterday, about 2 o'clock-ish, and then get the rods out? I might just do the same as yesterday, as it kind of worked. It worked well. I don't know whether lines being in the water would have affected it, and I wouldn't have caught anything earlier on. I don't know. But as it worked yesterday, I think I'm going to do the same today. But it's probably starting a bit earlier because it is earlier. So I will probably put some bait out shortly. Then later on put another load of bait out. And then put the rods out, I think. It just means I'm going to have the rods out of the water for quite a while, and it seems kind of pointless, but, you know, it is hot. It was hot yesterday. Yeah, I'll start off by baiting up. Then I'll see how the day goes. If I start to see fish or something, I may put the rods out. I also need to make up some solid bags because I've only got one left. And then I'll have a nice little chill again. Why not? Well, not gonna lie. Went into the bivvy, thought, oh, I'll read a bit of my book, and just have a little chill for a moment. It's now an hour and a half later as I nodded off. It's very warm in the bivvy, and yeah, I just just blanked out completely. Oh, but I actually feel even more refreshed now, just having a little snooze. But I do need to get things moving. This is around the time I must have arrived yesterday. We're about 11 o'clock-ish. Well, actually no, I definitely arrived earlier than this yesterday, but I've got the same amount of shade in my swim now as yesterday, which is quite nice. But I do need to now make my bombing mix again. So I'm going to do nothing different than yesterday's, apart from take everything out that was already in it. This will probably be the last mix I make, I think, because I'm probably going to leave tomorrow morning, Friday morning, at some point. No rushing around, but I may put a little bit of bait out in the morning if I've got some left, but that's going to be it. So I'm going to put the rest of these in. Plus a few more out of the new packet. That'll do. Then we'll go with a few of these fishing feast ones again. Just a few. Then I'll stick the rest of these pellets in there. Have to get some more of those when I get back. Then we're going to want some normal. Oh, I can tell this bucket's been in the sun. Some of these normal coarse pellets. Oh, that'll do. Then a can of corn. Actually, let me put the fruit crush glug on first. Not too much, not too little. Lovely. And then we put the corn in, including the juice. Lovely. And that looks like this. There we go, look at that. Carpy goodness. So I'll let that all kind of bind together for 10 minutes or so. Then we'll get it in the pond. Then I've got to make, I do this every time I go fishing. I use a solid bag. I take it off once I've used, well, you know, once I've had a fish or bring it in. I then just unclip the rig and put a new one on, and then I end up with this. So I need to just check all the hooks are okay. Then put new baits on them, make new solid bags up, and then get ready to put them out. All right, I might make another coffee quickly as well. I think that's what I'm going to do. That's lunch dealt with. Another classic pot noodle. With curry today. Lovely. Right, let's just stick a solid bag on. She's all clipped up. I'm going to try and go one straight out and one couple of rod lengths to the right. But that probably won't happen. What's going on with this? No, that's fine. Okay, here we go. And alley up. That one went to the right. Okay. that one can go to the right. Oh dear me. Okay, so that one went slightly left. So ideally, I need this one to go slightly right. No, sorry. That one went slightly right, so ideally I need this one to go slightly left. I think that's right anyway. I'm confusing myself now. Gonna go with solid bags on both to start with. Same as I did yesterday. Right, please go slightly left. There we go, beautiful. Absolutely perfect. That's a rarity. Right, well, let's see what happens. This hard ground. Well, it's not a monster carp or catfish or, well, either of those two really. It is but a bream. But to be fair, it's a pretty nice bream. Let's move this out of the way. There we are, look at that. Ooh. Slabba-dabba-doo. That is a cracking bream. It's definitely sort of, I'd say 7 pound or so maybe. Absolutely stunning. And my hands are now covered. But let's slip her back and get it back on the spot. Well, that was a bit of action. Not gonna lie to you, a bit of a slab. People always find it strange that I actually like bream. The only thing I don't like is, especially when they're big a bream, like that one, how can I put it? The slime that they leave behind on everything. Mat, net, hands, absolutely everything. Is not the nicest. Not at all. My mat looks, well, it just looks, it's not nice. But yeah, it was a decent old slab, that one. So I need to get that rod back out, back on the spot. See if anything else is at home. It may be one of those days like the last time I fished here a couple of months ago. All I had was bream, no carp or cats at all. But I'm not going to catch anything without the rod there. So let's get the rod back out and see what happens. Now, I'm pretty sure that on my videos in the past, I've showed how I make my solid bags. I'm not saying they're the best in the world at all. There's probably loads of people that make them better than me, but I've been doing it a few years and I seem to do all right on solid bags. So I'll show you what I use. So bag-wise, the actual bag itself, these solids, I always use them in a small, because they just fire better, and I just find if you're using a big bag, like a large bag or something like that, they put a lot of strain on the rod. If you're using a 3.5 pound test curve rod, I'm sure it'll be fine, but I always use 3 pound test curve rods. So these work perfectly for me. I've used loads of other brands of solid bags, and I can't get on with many of them. I can't remember the brands, I'm not going to name and shame on here, but a lot of them, you put loads of pressure on these bags, and I've had them split, and they have like a seam along the bottom where it just punches through, whereas these don't have a seam on the bottom. So they're my favourite. Other implements I will need is a pair of squizzers. They don't really make much difference, I don't think, as long as they cut. A baiting needle. Now this one here, what is it? It's an old gardener one. It's my favourite baiting needle. I broke my one a couple of months ago, so I had to find another one of these because I absolutely love these baiting needles. Some bait floss. I've had this stuff for donkey's years, but there's still a fair amount on there. The lid's snapped off it, but still good. And a lighter to blob it down. Rig wise, now I'm not overly fussed about the lead type. As long as it's around, I normally go for around 1.5 to 2 ounce lead. So this is just a little square pair, and it's on one of these Gemini stems where I just loop the line to that just to make life easier. About 3.5 to 4 inch hook length. This is a supple braid. It needs to be supple really to be in a bag. A little rubber kicker. This is on a D rig with a small swivel. For the moment I will take the lid off just so it doesn't whack me. Now bait wise, most of the time I use these, which is the little fruit crush wafters. I do use the other wafters, but I've got so much confidence in these, I don't see me needing to change. So just one of these. Now these, whenever I buy these, I squirt them with a bit of this, the fruit crush glug. This is the older one. I don't think they're stopping doing this one now, but this one's a little bit thinner. So it actually works quite well on these. And then every time I use them, I squirt a bit on. You'll see the sort of the residue on the bottom there. And then I get the wafter and stick it on the baiting needle like so. Then get a length of bait floss, like that. Cut that off. Then thread that through the eye on the swivel and bring it through so that they're both about the same length. Just makes it easier when you're pulling through. Then attach your wafter like so, pull the bait floss through. Oh, missed that one. Like that. So it looks like that. Then I just tease the wafter down. My hands are very slippery. Tease it down onto the swivel and push the swivel in if needed. And there we go. So that is one wafter on. Then I give that a trim just so there's a little tag end left like that. Give that a light, set fire to my finger, and then blob like so. There we go. And that is the hook link and hook bait ready. Do need to put the lid back on now because that would be a fail. Right, now let's get the bag out. Like so. All right, let me show you what my my mix looks like. And I'll point you down towards my groin. Oh, lucky you. And I will make one up. So I always get the bag and put just a little bit in the bottom, like so. And then I get the hook bait, pop that in, and I don't know if this is an OCD thing, but I always lay the hook bait along, get the hook to the bottom and then pull it back up so it just pierces the bag. So it looks like that and the hook kind of comes through the side. I'm happiest when it looks like that. Then I'll keep the lead out of the way, just holding it like so. There's my little scoop thing. And then scoop a load of pellet in there like that. Give it a good shake. Then I will hold the bag like so, twist it and push it down. This is where I mean that these bags are excellent because you can put as much pressure on that as you want. Give that a really good push down. then add a bit more, and just repeat. Make sure it stays all nice and tight and that there's no air trapped around any of the corners. A bit more, till we get to like that kind of height. So got a bit left on the bag, but not too much. Then I get the old glug, go straight into the center of the bag, give it a squeeze, and then pull it back out. And I've just realised that the cap is on. So nothing's going to happen. Right, let's try that again. Push it in, give it a squeeze, and then try and get it out without getting the bag completely covered. And then we've got a nice amount of glug in the middle of this bag. Now, I stick the old lead in, give it a good push, so that it looks like that. A little bit more around the lead itself. Then give it a good old push down like so. Just realised there is one other item that I use and I didn't say earlier, and that is PVA tape. I used to lick and stick this, but I found in the recent, well, probably the last couple of years, that I just prefer it with tape. It just makes it a little bit neater. Have I got the tape out here? It should be. There we go, just some cheap old tape. It doesn't really matter what tape. Well, I haven't found it causes any issues anyway. Then take off a bit like that, and then wrap, like so, and then cut that off. Then just grab the tag ends, give them just a standard granny knot. You can put quite a lot of pressure on this as well, like tightening them down quite a lot. There we go. There she is, absolutely solid as a rock. Just to finish it off, just push the old corners in. Now, some people do that and then just fold it. I always just chop the end off just to let any air out. This is more a confidence thing than anything. I don't think it makes any difference. Give it a little lick, stick that down, give it a push. Same with the other corner. And there we go. Now, I've always done it with the hook exposed like this, but the point is in the bag, and I always just grab that and give the hook a little shake just to make sure it's not impaled on anything. And that is literally, you can't put any pressure on that. That is solid, and that is exactly how I like them. So that's my solid bag. Day of the slabs today, although this one might be a weigher because that is quite sizable and may potentially be a PB. Can't remember what my PB is. It's £8 something. That is really heavy. I could be completely wrong. It could be a lot smaller than I think, but let's have a little look. Bloody weed everywhere. Look at this. Oh, what a slab. That is a beauty. I think we'll stick that on the scales quickly. Get a little bit of water on the sling. Let's zero this. That's that zeroed. Let's see what Mr. Bream weighs. Oh God. I'm guessing he's over 7. Just don't know how much. Right. $7.14. So he's fairly close to my PB, but not quite there. But he's still a lovely fish. So one last look at him. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Right, let's slip it back. Let's see if we can catch another. Another slab. It was all carp near enough yesterday, bar one bream, but it's all about the bream today. And when they're fish like this, I am not bothered in the slightest. Just realised my net has actually got a rip in it, which isn't great. Now, you can do this all you like, but I still need to find out where the hook is. I'll sort that out in a minute. Another lovely big bream. Let's slip this one back and see if we can get another one before it's dinner time. Beautiful. Well, it is very bream-tastic today, my God. Everything I own now to do with fish care is covered. My car is gonna stink. I'm literally gonna have to rush home and get it straight onto the line and hose down, because yeah, it's not gonna smell very good at all. I think I might just cast that back out without the solid bag on. I've only got not long until I go for dinner. I don't want to stick another couple of bags on. I have got to make some more. I've only got 2 solid bags left now, after all of the ones I made earlier. But I'm not going to complain. Right, let's get that rod back in play and have another chill. This ain't no bream. It's slimy, but it's not a bream. It's a catfish which has eaten my net. It's fully munching my net. Come on, off you go. There we go. Right, let's try and slip you out. Let's try and get this net and line out of the way. There we go. He's a bigger one. He's probably mid-doubles, pushing 20 possibly. Actually, it's quite heavy. What an amazing fish. Wow. What a session this has been. It really has. Look at him. Alright, that's definitely going to be the last fish before dinner. So let's slip this one back and go and get something to eat. Look at that. Absolutely stunning fish. Over the moon with that. He's, yeah, I'd say he's about the same size, maybe slightly smaller, but what a beautiful fish. Let's slip her back. Right, well, we've basically lost the light completely now. I've had a couple of bleeps, but all quiet on the western front, apart from rats. I keep seeing massive rats. Like, one of them was like the size of a bloody cat. I can see why they're hitting a line, but no more fish so far. So I'll sign off, and I'm gonna get a bit of kip, and if something wakes me up, then I'll see you then. If not, I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. That was a very successful night for sleeping. Yeah, absolutely nothing happened at all. The rats didn't cause me any problems though. I did get a couple of bleeps, but I think they were actually bites. Genuine bites, not rats, because they only happened twice. It's strange how you can catch so many here during the day. But it seems to be quite a difficult water at night. Unless it's just me, but I had nothing. I'm just making myself a coffee, and then I will have a little bit of a chill, and then start the pack down for the to leave. Yeah, it's been a great session though, so I'm not going to complain at all. Very, very chilled, lots of fish. Lovely. All right, let's have a coffee. There we go. At least this way I can just take him out and weigh him. Because that is a big old donkey. He's going to give me a good old beating as well, I know he is. He's all wrapped up in the line. Come on, give me it back. There we go. I just bit the line off the rod, as I wasn't expecting another one anyway. It's got a bit of mouth damage by the look of it. We'll give that a spray. Oh my God. Oh, this is going to be fun to hold up for the camera. I tell you not. Oh, come on now, Betsy. Let's get you off then. Crikey. Come on now. Play fair. Let's see if we can hold him up quickly, because he's having a right little fit. Oh, I've just covered him in water now. That probably wasn't the best idea. There we go, look at that. Ooh. He's gonna go. He's gonna go. He's gonna go. Look at that. What an absolute. I knew he was going. Let's try and flip you around that way. They're harder to hold than normal carp. There we go. Look at that. What an absolute beast. That's definitely a PB. let's give that a quick weigh. Find out what she is. Right, sling is zeroed. Let's see what she goes. Wow. Jesus, that's bigger than I thought. So it's literally just over 20 pound, 1 ounce. What an absolute beast. I was going to get him out for another quick look, but he's going absolutely mental. Calm down, Betsy. All right, come on in, one quick look at this absolute, oh look at me, he's gone all fuzzy. Look at that, what an absolute beast. I can't believe it, it's really heavy. It's heavier than I thought as well. What a brilliant fish to have as a last fish as well. Assuming the other rod doesn't go off any second. Let's slip her back. Well, that's going to be it. All done. Just going to finish my coffee. Rods are in. And then pack the stuff up and get it in the car and get home. Because I need a shower. Oh, God. It's been absolutely brilliant, brilliant session. Split over 2 parts. But both of them had their upsides. Not really many downsides, really, apart from not many night bites. But then I got a decent sleep, so it's not really a downside. All the carp and in sort of the first part. No carp in this second part, bar the grass carp, which was a big surprise. I didn't even know there was grass carp in here, and especially such a donkey. So yeah, I can't complain. It's been absolutely fantastic. Great chilled session, or sessions, but for this purpose, a session. And yeah, don't know really what else to say. It's been fantastic, great for the mind. Ate some decent food. I say decent food. It's a bit of a strange way to put it. I had a kebab, but it hasn't given me gut rot this morning, so that's an upside, I suppose. I haven't got a headache. That's an upside. So yeah, all I can say is thank you very much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.